Hi, welcome to SRG Sports Official. Today we have with us, I would say, a legend who needs no introduction at all. A 7-time national champion, Arjuna Award winner, President of the Indian Athletics Association and Vice President of the World Athletics Association. We welcome Adille Sumariwalla.
Thank you.
Adille, I just heard you speak in the forum right now. As usual, you were brilliant. And you spoke a lot about biomechanics and all these new things that has come into sports. So my first question to you would be, think these things would be there when you were into sports, in your young days?
There was nothing there.
What would it be like?
In our days, there was nothing. We knew nothing about sports science. We knew nothing about sports medicine. When we were injured, we didn't know what to do. I remember when I torn my quadricep muscle, I was training at University Stadium and my coach ran across the road, went to Queen's Chemist and got a tube of Relaxil and rubbed on my leg. Then told me, go home and put hot water. My whole leg was black, full of blood. Instead of putting ice, I did exactly the opposite. We didn't know anything. We didn't know what nutrition was all about. We just ate lots, thinking it'll give us a lot of strength. So somebody said, oh, you need protein. So we would look up somewhere and see what gave us maximum protein. So we start eating that. So there was no food supplements. There was nothing. It was just very, very natural, whatever it was.
So Adille, you have been connected to athletics right from your young days when you were an athlete and then you came into administration. So when do you feel all these things has changed in India, where athletics is concerned?
So I think things started changing around the time after the Commonwealth Games. I think there was a slight shift. But actually in the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years, things have taken a quantum jump. Also because a lot of more money has come into sport, both in terms of the way government has formed different schemes, which is the ACTC, the annual training program, which you give the government and they funds it. The other thing is through the top scheme, the Mission Olympic Cell, which then gives the people selected in the top scheme literally everything. We've also now slowly started putting more stress on sports science. You have to understand, sports is science. It's part of biomechanics, biochemistry. If inside your system is great, if your blood is great, you'll feel great. If the values, whether potassium or sodium or whatever values are good, you will feel good, you will feel strong, you'll be able to do more workout, etc. Externally, if you can make sure that because of biomechanics, you're running in the most efficient way, you're creating the least resistance. So these are very, very important factors. And the other very important factor in sports science is recovery. If you can recover fast, you can do more workout. If you can do more workout, you'll build faster, you'll build stronger. So recovery is again become a very, very important part. Thirdly, if recovery is good, you'll get less injuries. If there are less injuries, you have better time for training. You're not getting away from training. Again, treatment of injuries becomes then a very important factor, that to make sure that you remain healthy, and even if you got a small injury, how fast can you come back to the track? How much time is saved? Otherwise, time is wasted. So that again becomes very important through sports science.
And Adille, just hearing you speak at this thing forum, you were so correct when you said the process has to be correct. So whether it's athletics or any other sports, the process has to be correct. Now going ahead, and my last question will be going to the Olympic. You spoke about Neeraj and all these things, and as you rightly said, there also as a contingent, as India, you are believing in this process. Medals are important. We all love our countrymen to win.
It's very simple. See, I strongly believe that if the process is correct, the medals will come. Okay, you may have a slight setback off and on, but medals will come. You have to create a system. The system will throw up the champions. Individuals can't throw up a champion. So when we started doing javelin throw, for example, in the beginning, even I was skeptical, is that a great event to do or not? See, there are 50 events. Now, you can't do all 50 events. You see where you can be good at. So we shortlisted 5, 6, 7 different groups of events and then brought in foreign coaches there. And then we started developing those. And when we started javelin, for example, we were wondering, can we really do it? And then one of the foreign coaches told us that, listen, it's not strength which is important. Because if you look at Vetter is about 4 inches taller than Neeraj. He's about 4 inches wider than Neeraj. But yet Neeraj beats him. Why? Because the coach explained to us that it's biomechanics which is very important. If you're throwing at the right angle, with the right speed, if you're big, it doesn't mean you have the speed, and smaller people may have more speed. Strength can always be built. Building strength is the easiest thing. Speed is not natural. Speed, if you have it, you have it, and if you don't have it, you don't have it. So these are the very important things. And that is why when I say process, we looked at that event, and today we have in the top 6 in the world 3 throwers. Now, you need to build bench strength. When you have, today there are 6 Indians throwing over 80 meters. Nowhere in the world, anybody in any country except maybe many years ago in Finland or somewhere, we had who have got many multiple Olympic gold medals and world records, have 6 people throwing it. Yesterday, 2 new boys threw 80 meters.
Fantastic.
2 new youngsters
Fantastic.
threw 80 meters. Now, that is what I call process. That is, you have to create the depth. If you create the depth, they will all push each other. Jenna, who was world number 3 or world number 4, got beaten by 2 youngsters yesterday.
Fantastic.
Of course, he was not throwing full because he's still getting ready for the Olympics. But which means that nobody can fool around with them. You can't fool around. If you're not throwing well over 80 consistently, some kid will come and beat you. So that is the process I'm talking about. And if you follow a process, look at the medals. Since we started following the process, previous Asian Games, 18 medals. This Asian Games, 29 medals. Previous Commonwealth Games, 3 medals. This, 8 medals. You have to see how many people qualified in London, 10. How many qualified in Rio, 15. How many qualified in Tokyo, 20 odd. 31 have already qualified for this year. So that's the progression. And it will take time. It's not a switch on, switch off.
Absolutely.
It will take at least 3 to 4 Olympic cycles before you start. And people are looking at India. Relay, 4x4 relay. We are fighting USA in the heats. We were 5th in the world. Yesterday we broken the national record again and the Asian Games record in the mixed relay. Running twice below 3 minutes at the World Championships. Very few countries in the world can do that. And we don't have a single 43-second runner or even a 44-second runner. And yet, we are fighting the best in the world. So, that's the sort of progression I'm looking at. And hopefully it will work out.
So Adille, on behalf of SRG Sports Official and all the Indians, we wish you and your team all the very best for the Olympics.
Thank you.
And me as a person, as a good friend, I wish you all the best and looking
you.
forward to see you one day be the president of the World Athletic Association.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adille. God bless.
Thank you very much.